Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Philosophy, back with another video. As you have seen, my title topic for today is Redbonetopia. Now, the reason why I came up with Redbonetopia is I think everyone has their own different ideas about the light skin community, what that means, and what that means to them individually. And I get it, it's very confusing to some. And I really did this video as a result of my last video because one of the things that I wanted to convey in my last video was that as part of a healthy community, women and children must be protected. But I think that went over the heads of some people, or people didn't comprehend it. So anyway, so I wanted to talk about well, I wanted to kind of give the foundational understanding of what I was speaking about, because like I said, I think it went over a lot of people's heads, and I prefer that people understand where I'm coming from. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of, not sure if you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I'm going to read it to you because in order to understand what I'm talking about, I think I need to start there. Now, I'm just going to see if I can put this on the screen. Let me just have a look. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay. Here we go. Right, okay. For some reason, the share screen isn't working, so don't worry about that. We won't worry about that for now anyway. So I'll just read my the synopsis of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that is, there we go. Okay. Right, okay. The hierarchy. In 1954, Maslow's theory was fully explained in his book, Motivation and Personality. The theory became very popular in many areas of subjects such as science, management, sociology, research, and psychology. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is displayed like a pyramid, with the most fundamental need at the bottom, while the highest is at the top. According to the theory, Maslow explains that there are four needs, like the first, physiological needs, two, esteem, three, love, and four, deficiency needs. All, all, all these four needs are required to match the fundamental requirements of a human being. This theory further states that the most basic level of need strengthens the desire in human personality. The original Maslow's hierarchy of needs has five stages, 5-stage models, and is briefly explained below. The first stage, biological and physiological needs. So within that tier, so that's the bottom tier, and I'm going to see if I can bring that up on the screen. Let me see if I can bring that up on the screen, because I think it would be quite useful to look at once I'm doing this, but for some reason it went. Okay, let me just Google it and just put it on the screen. Okay, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, let me see where the pyramid is. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay. Right, I think I need to shut some things down because my computer does not like this, because I'm having to do this through Firefox because the audio is just funny through Google. I'm not sure why. So let me just get rid of that. That. Oh my God. Okay, get rid of this. this, this, close all windows. Okay, let me just see if I can get this up now. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You know, I'm just going to bring this up at the end, otherwise this is just going to take so long. Let me just get rid of this. Right, okay. Right. Okay, so getting back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So the foundational need, stage one of Maslow's hierarchy, is biological and physiological needs. So that is the requirement for air, water, food, warmth, shelter, sleep, and sex. Stage two, safety needs, freedom from fear, protection from natural elements, law and order, security, and stability. Stage three, love and belonging. Um, love and belonging needs. So within that tier, you have love, friendship, affection, trust, acceptance, intimacy, receiving, giving, affiliating, and being part of a family or friends or network. Stage four, you have esteem needs, self esteem, independence, mastery, dominance, achievement, prestige, status, self respect. Stage five, actualization. I don't know why I can't pronounce that right now. Okay, so within stage five, that includes self fulfillment, seeking personal growth, realizing personal potential. However, now that is within tier five. However, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs that has been built upon since the original conception in the 1950s, and now it has 8 tiers. So they've rejigged it for the following. So under the revised Maslow's hierarchy, stage one, biological, physiological needs. Um, that includes drink, food, air, warmth, shelter, sleep, and sex. Stage two, safety needs, freedom from fear, protection from natural elements, law and order, security, and stability. Stage three, love and belonging needs, love, friendship, affection, trust, acceptance, intimacy, receiving, giving, affiliating, and being part of a family or friends or work. Stage four, esteem needs, self esteem, independence, mastery, dominance, achievement, prestige, status, self respect. Then you have stage five, cognitive needs, exploration, curiosity, understanding and knowledge, predictability. Stage six, aesthetic needs, the search for beauty and appreciation. Stage seven, self actualization needs, rich experiences, self fulfillment, realization of personal potential, seeking personal growth. Stage eight, transcendence needs, being helpful to others, achieving actualization. So that is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I wanted to establish that first as the basis for the conversation that we're having now about this Redbonetopia that people seem to want, but without people realizing the requirements that actually the physical real requirements that mm, will that requires basically. And from the response from my last video, I thought providing that foundation will make sense as to why I said what I said. Um, for today, I'm going to be using this film called The Houseman as a synopsis behind the as a synopsis behind Maslow's hierarchy and why it is I said what I said in the previous video relating to women and protecting women and children and why women should stay on the pedestal. And I kind of thought by explaining it last time, people would understand that it wasn't about deitizing women. And to be quite honest, if that is your woman, if that's your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, and you wish to deitize her and hold her in high regard, that's you can do that. That's your choice. You can do that. But the purpose of the pedestal isn't for that. So let me just see if I can rejig my screen so that I can include these clips. Okay, okay, let's just put it on screen 2 and share my screen. Okay, share screen. Ooh. Okay, just before I go on to the videos, let me just see where it is. Yeah, just before I go on to the videos, I'm just going to show you Maslow's hierarchy of needs because it's letting me show it now. So, okay. Okay. Where's this going? Okay, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Does it show the actual? Yeah, so this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That's what I was explaining before. You have your physiological needs, safety, safety, love and belonging, self-esteem, self-actualization. So if you don't have these at the bottom, you cannot have this. Without having this, you cannot have this. Without having these two, you cannot have this. Without having these three, you cannot have this. Without having these four, you cannot have this. You can't um, you can't transcend to the next stage without achieving the stage below. And that's what was part of my video I was discussing, but that's why I've gone through the hierarchy to kind of get you to understand where I was coming from. Now I'm gonna see if I can add, now you can see the screen. I'm gonna see if you can hear the audio. Let me just have a look. Yeah, so that's all good using the audio. Okay, so let me just get onto the screen. Okay, now the synopsis for today is the homesman. Let me just take this off the screen. I'm going to be using the houseman as a synopsis for this live because that is going to demonstrate the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and what I was trying to denote in my last video. That kind of went over people's heads. Sorry, as you can see, my screen is running really, really slowly because it's taking a lot. Here we go. Right. Okay. Right. Can everyone hear? If you can hear the sound, let me know. If you can't, because it's going to be a bit pointless. Right. Can you guys hear? Oh, let me just pause this. Okay, you can't hear the video, right? Okay. Okay, can't hear the video. Because I can hear the video really loudly. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second. Just try it again from this vantage because I've got a feeling it's not going to let me from the other one because there's only one that allows you to carry through the audio. I can't remember which one that is. Okay, I think it might be this one. No, this one. Okay, share screen. Let's try again. Okay. Allow. Okay, I'm going to try and play how the Homesman again. And just tell me if you guys can hear. I'm just going to play again.
Warum schmeißen wir nicht zusammen? Das Land, Vieh, Werkzeug, eben einfach alles. Unsere Leben, die gesamte Chose. Ich habe ausreichende Mittel und das Wissen, unser beider Land zu bewirtschaften. Und sollte die Vereinigung mit Kindern gesegnet sein, nun umso besser. Ganz gleich, wie man es auch sieht. Es hätte Vorteile.
Can you guys hear the Can you hear the YouTube clip? Oh, okay. Let me just see if I can turn up the volume. Right. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Share screen. Okay. Okay, let's see if you can hear now. Okay. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let me try. Oh my goodness. Because I don't do this often, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't do this. I can't remember which one it is that lets me share and adds the because some of them, because you've got all these screens in StreamYard that allow you to share the screen, but some of them you have to yeah, it can be a bit problematic. Let me just try again with this one. Is it for stream? No, I've probably got StreamYard. See, it's not even showing here where this is the Houseman. So Fox, StreamYard, sharing indicator. Right, let's try this again. Right, what's okay? Okay, can every right, the sound has gone off. Right, okay. Let me see if I could do subtitles. Okay. Auto gen right, click for settings. Okay, normal. All right, okay. There's one more no, is there one more clip? And the last part of the film that I wanted to discuss, and this is a really good film to watch, it's quite interesting, is that after leaving the ladies with the vicar's wife, let me just get to okay, he discovers that the 300 is worthless as the Bank of Loop has failed since they left. He gives a pair of shoes to Tabitha Hutchins because when he goes to this village, he decides that he's going to clean up himself and make himself look more respectable. And when you look at, I'm going to go back over Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but when you look at those needs, he transcends to the top tier of that, and I'm going to show you why. He gives a pair of shoes to Tabitha Hutchinson, a hardworking young maid at the hotel he's staying at, and then proposes to her. And I think he's proposing to her because he's a very old man concerning those particular times, but he's a very old man. And she kind of looks at him funny, like, you're someone who should be married by now. And I think because he's now transcended, let me just put up, because I'm not showing any more clips, let me just pull up Maslow's hierarchy of needs again. Damn you, YouTube, I will never open you again in Firefox. Right, if this will let me close it, then I can focus on Maslow and you guys can have a look at the chart. Oh my God. Okay, I can see this is going to take a little while. Here we go. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you've got physiological needs, safety, love, belonging, self-esteem, self-actualization. Now, based on Mr. Briggs's character, we go. Let me go for the new tier. Actually, let me just stop for the old one. Right. Okay. So stage one. Stage one is for Tommy Lee Jones's character, Mr. Briggs. All he was concerned about in the beginning was air, water, food, warmth, shelter, sleep, and sex, because he was claim jumping. He went into someone's house, occupied it for himself, kept it, and he had to be run out of town, and that's why it ended up on the horse. Then he transcended to stage two, safety needs. He wanted freedom from fear, so he wanted to get away from those men, that community, protection from the natural elements by going with Mary Cuddy and those ladies with the stage and the horses. He would have that protection. Also, law and order. In a way, I would say he became the law and order out there, and him bargaining on their behalf with the Indians and navigating the freighter who tried to take the mentally ill lady. He transcended to stage two, and he was the security and stability on that journey. Stage three, love and belonging. Love, friendship, affection, trust, acceptance, intimacy, receiving and giving, affiliating, being part of a family, friends, or work. Now, he wasn't, well, in a way, they were not a blood family, but they were like a family in terms that he was looking out for the ladies, he was investing in them, he was feeding them, he was helping them wash, he would wake them up and tell them to go and pee to get ready for the journey ahead. So he transcended to stage three. Okay, had a bit of intimacy with Mary Cuddy, but I think it was only after that intimacy and after she killed herself, he realized her value, and her value was in her sacrifice and making him step up and be the man that he needed to be. Stage four, esteem and needs, self-esteem, independence, mastery, dominance, achievement, prestige, status, self-respect. When he got to the East, that's when he looked at himself, he got a shave, he bought new clothes, he bought new boots for himself. He had gained self-esteem because he realized he did a great thing for those women. He did a great thing for those women, and those women weren't related to him, but because he had invested in them, he had transcended and he gained his self-esteem from what he did for those ladies. He did the right thing for them. Stage five, self-actualization needs, self-fulfillment, seeking personal growth, realizing personal potential. Again, Tommy Lee Jones's character achieved this, and this is why he was in the position of when he asked the chambermaid of the hotel that he stayed in after delivering the ladies to marry him, because he could see where other men failed, and he could see, and through his journey with those ladies, he could see why he was a better man and a better choice than most men for that lady, and that's why he felt bold enough to ask her to marry him. And he also said to her this quite interesting thing that he said to her. He said, okay, he advised her not to marry some young man going west, because back then going west was like a pipe dream. You went out there to see if you could find your fortune in gold. There was no infrastructure, there was no luxuries, there was nothing out there. So you basically had to go out there and find for yourself and fend for yourself. Now, although they were part of a community, it was a very small and dysfunctional community, because none of the men wanted to take responsibility for bringing the women to the East. In fact, when Hilary Swank's character, Annie, Miss Cuddy, stepped forward to yeah, they stepped forward to take responsibility. They actually told Hillary that she was the best man for the job. And looking at it, that was not a compliment at all. But again, this is about transcendence in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you're operating from a place, let me just go back to the, I don't know why this has just come up. If you're operating in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, from tier, I would say from under tier 3, you're not capable of being in a relationship, knowing what women's needs are, knowing what children's needs are, because you're still in a position of want. You're still in a position where you haven't met your own needs, and you're not in a position to provide for the needs of others. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Okay, let me just remove this second screen, and I shall go to the comments section. Here we go. Here we go. Right, comment section. Here we go. Okay. Right, I'm trying to get into this. Right. I'm not sure why this hybrid vigor person's on my stream. He clearly hasn't looked at my stream from the beginning, and clearly has issues with himself. And in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay, he says, the problem you have, a lot of dark-skinned, diverse types whose motivation is simply based off the hatred of black men. The reasons for participating, I don't even think that's part of what I'm doing. I don't know. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Despite my technical difficulties, this StreamYard is not straightforward on Firefox, believe me. But hopefully when my Mac gets sorted, it will be a lot simpler. So yes, thank you guys for attending and sticking with me despite the technical hiccups, and I really appreciate it. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.